Another one? What's with these guys?
Big up everyone and welcome to Red United TV. It's your boy Ivorian Spice. We are back at it again with another Manchester United podcast. Of course, the catch-up podcast where we just talk about Manchester United's last match, which was, of course, West Ham in the preseason game. And, of course, today's title, Antony's up for discussion as Antony's been linked with a move to Al-Nassr Saudi Pro League. Apparently, reports saying that the bid, an offer has been made to Antony or to Manchester United. And again, Manchester United are also interested in Benjamin Sesko. As you guys already know, Benjamin Sesko, Newcastle have submitted something. They've proposed in the project and the vision. But also, from hearing from Fabrizio Romano himself, Ben Jacob himself saying that Manchester United have actually held some talks for Benjamin Sesko. We will talk about it, of course. Jerome's in the background in the cut. Amok should be joining us, but we shall see. You know, when let's not hang our hopes on anyone else joining us. But it's me and my brother Jerome. Jerome, big up to you, my brother. How you been? How was the weekend?
Big up, man. Yeah, weekend was blessed, man. It was very, very eventful. I was out both days, Friday and Saturday, and Sunday. Actually, all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I went to Afrobeats concert on Saturday.
Nice.
So yeah, lots been going on. So yeah, and then a busy start to the week at work. So, but yeah, just got to keep busy, got to keep the work-life balance. And yeah, I can't complain really. But yeah, just hoping that United get some more signings in just to top off the summer. Because obviously last season was pathetic, really.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. We've been waiting for those transfer windows. So far, last week we announced the signing of Cunha, those being there, and of course, our 18-year-old back who was signed a very, very long time ago. But Manchester United himself, bro, it is what it is, man. We're still waiting for it, you know. Like you just saw the news about Toby Collier and Manchester United want to loan him in order to make some space in that midfield. I'm there thinking Eriksen left, just to let you know, Manchester United, Eriksen made sure there was some space in that Manchester United midfield. And you need to add to it because you never know with Casemiro, you never know with Mason Mount, their fitness, especially Mason Mount, and with Bruno Fernandes playing the number 6 role, it's dangerous. And then you got Kobe Mainoo, Manchester United as well. So again, the options are a bit slim. And then you saw the game against Leeds and the game against West Ham, where I feel like we're still lacking that midfield. You know, that midfield batters forever been missing, MIA in that Manchester United midfield and for a very long time. You know, it is what it is, man. I'll take it as you watch the highlights with Manchester United, who played Leeds, who won 2-1. For those who are watching, make sure you smash that like button, share across all social media platforms, get yourself involved. This is available on audio platforms, Spotify podcast, Apple Podcasts, and of course, Amazon Podcasts as well. So make sure you follow Red United TV on those platforms too. But it is what it is. Manchester United winning 2-1, 2 goals from Bruno Fernandes as well, which your favorite midfielder, Jerome. You know, the man's showing up in the big games, or should I say the big preseason games. Our best player. He is very big up on Mook for joining us as well. But yes, Manchester United 2, West Ham 1, Bruno Fernandes 2 goals. Manchester United showing us some slight improvement in that game for those who watch. You know, the pressing, I can't believe it, Jerome. I couldn't believe it. We was winning the ball in the opposition's half. I know it's preseason, but we was there was pressing triggers. There were triggers. One player runs and the other player, the ball goes there. You know, secluding West Ham to play in particular areas that they don't want to play the ball in, where they're giving them no options. It was shocking to me to see Manchester United. It's a complete transformation from the Leeds game to this game. I just don't know what happened, what took place. But Manchester United were pressing really well, winning the ball back in very good position. In fact, we capitalized from getting that ball back with Kobe Mainoo intercepting and passing the ball to Bruno Fernandes, and Bruno Fernandes finding the back of the net, which was a very good goal. Matheus Cunha himself, I'm impressed. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. The guy can drive through that midfield, and it just tells us we've been missing so much of that. You know, when you get that player that can do, you're like, wow, this is the stuff that you've been missing on, you know. And I'll say this one more time. I'm out of the 2 signings, it's Mbeumo that I'm looking forward to, you know. He is the one that I think will make a massive difference to Manchester United. You know, people talk about the price tag. People talk about, oh, it's only Mbeumo. He hasn't had a European experience. But I went back to watch his highlights, you know. And I know highlights doesn't show it all, but he's finishing. Ruthless. He is ruthless, strong in the air as well. 1v1, very good at taking these men on 1v1. I saw the clip that what he done to Van Dijk was just absolutely disgusting. Arsenal defense, like the goals he scored, are the caliber of different goals he can score. The volleys, the headers as well, the tap-ins, the strikes from outside the box as well. When he cuts in as well, takes a strike with his left foot. My God, I think we have a player that people will be surprised and say, you know what, he's the one that, you know, that took us by surprise. But the game against West Ham, I like what I saw, but there's so much that needs to improve because we still wasn't consistent throughout the 90 minutes. And I know the team changed in the last 30 minutes and the level dropped. But I have to say, I think if we go with that as a starting lineup, minus the Bruno in the number 10 position, because I'm very scared of where Bruno will be playing once Mbeumo starts playing in that right-hand side. I'm afraid, you know. I'm really afraid of Bruno playing in that 6/8 role and giving the ball away. Because he also didn't have the best of games, because he did give the ball away quite a few times, but he did score 2 vital goals, or a penalty and a goal. But apart from that, Manchester United looked decent against West Ham, the first actual preseason game, which was a record in America, 82,000 against West Ham, while the Club World Cup was 81,000. Hey, you know when you're big in it. That's what I got to say. You know, a preseason game versus a Club World Cup final competitive game, and somehow Manchester United just happened to outbeat that record.
We put Chelsea and PSG down.
Yeah, man.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. But what's your guys' thoughts? Let me start off with you, Jerome. And you probably watched the highlights, but what did you make from the highlights?
Yeah, I caught up on the highlights. Admittedly, it was only 7-minute highlights. But what I gathered from it is that, yeah, there was improvement in our performance. I saw that in those 7 minutes, we actually created quite a few decent chances. Surprisingly, Højlund was even going for a goal earlier, and obviously missed the target as usual. But it was encouraging to see that he looks like he's going to try and work hard, because it doesn't look like he's going to get sold, because obviously no one's going to be interested in him. So we're going to just have to hope for the best and hope that he improves and does contribute something. But from what I saw from him, it was better than what I've seen previously. So It's not much. You don't need to get that much from Højlund to see improvement. So that was encouraging to see. And Bruno, obviously, like you said, the same is going to happen with Bruno. He's going to score goals, get his GA, but other aspects of his game is what's going to probably hold us back long term. But obviously, it's good that he gets us goals. Obviously, there was a well-taken penalty. I think he sent the keeper the wrong way. And then the second goal was a good quality goal. It was a classy finish. But obviously, as you said, it's pre-season. And pre-season is just more about trying to it's still the style of play that you want to play for the main season, getting players match fit, getting everyone familiar with each other. And hopefully we can start playing better quality football like when the actual real season starts. But yeah, it was encouraging. Obviously in the highlights, it didn't show that much pressing, but you watched the full game, so you would be able to give a better analysis on it. But if that is the case, that we're starting to press more, then that definitely bodes well for the season ahead, because our teams for the last 3-4 years have not been known to be pressing. We just know to be sitting on a counter and just waiting for the other team to make mistakes before countering. But if we're going to be proactive and press and play on the front foot, then yeah, that's the best way to go about it. But all in all, it looks like the team are improving step by step. Obviously, the squad as it is isn't enough to take us forward. Obviously, we need more signings, but working with the squad that he has at the moment, I don't think he can have more complaints, really. And I think it's good that we played Leeds and now West Ham, because obviously we're not in Europe next season. So it is a good idea for us to just play domestic teams and just get used to our bread and butter. There's no point playing teams like Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid, or teams like Dortmund, or teams like Lille or Lyon or someone. There's absolutely no point. We're not playing in Europe next season. Let's focus on just beating English teams and getting used to the bread and butter of the league. And then hopefully the next steps will be qualifying for Europe. But all in all, it's good that we won our first pre-season game, because obviously we drew a blank against Leeds. And we just need to start scoring goals. Obviously, we won the game 2-1, but I want to start seeing 3-0s, 4-0s, 5-0s, 5-1s, 5-2s. That we need to start getting a clutter of goals coming through. All this winning by the odd goal margin, yeah, we need that. Can't run next season. When we're playing one game a week, we need to start cutting teams open, especially teams that are playing in Europe. We need to start cutting them open, because they're the ones that are going to be tired from all the travelling, and they're playing 2-3 games a week. So it's going to be an interesting season ahead, and it's good that we got the first win in pre-season, but I don't want to get too carried away, because like I said, it's just pre-season, and we've had seasons in the past where we've won every single game in pre-season.
Yeah.
We got to the main season and we lost the first game at home at Old Trafford. And that, we can't be doing all that. I'd rather lose every pre-season game and then win games when the league starts than the other way around, because we need to get up the table. I can't see any more page 2 finishes. But it's encouraging. Baby steps. I'm not getting ahead of myself. But hopefully there's more positives to come.
Now, 100% baby steps. You know, at the end of the day, we can't get ourselves carried away, because of course, Manchester United finished 15th last season, and we know that the level and the state of our squad is just not good enough, and there's a lot of work to be done. So we're not going to get ourselves carried away. Even if we win 3-0 against Bournemouth and 5-0 against Everton during the preseason, and then play, I think the last game, I think it's Fiorentina. I can't remember from the top of my head. But we're playing a European team the last game at Old Trafford before the season starts. Even if we was to whack them 6-0, we can't get ourselves carried away at all, because we know like what this squad is capable of. You know, it is what it is. But big up as well from Ems on the chat. He's also saying Ruben out. Ruben got no, he didn't say. You know what? It's my fault. I premeditated that. You know, can you blame me, Jerome? Can you blame me for me just to start off with reading Ruben?
Yeah, literally. I think Ems is trying to trick us now and trying to catch us out. He's trying to say, "I see me. I didn't say Ruben out."
Yeah, but I almost got that, because he says Ruben got to be proven to do not. Well, I think everything's right. That Ruben got to proven to.
I think people are getting misinterpreted.
Everyday suffer.
Yeah, basically, he's basically saying that Ruben's got to prove that we're not going to be
We've got a
just
lot to prove.
every day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think, I don't know, I did see some of that interview, and I think people have kind of misunderstood what Ruben was saying.
Yep.
As soon as he said the word suffer, he's like, oh yeah, he's always talking about suffer, we're going to suffer next season. That's what I did. I was thinking, what's all this fuss about? He wasn't talking about suffering next season. He was just talking about, in general, there's going to be periods and games where we're going to be suffering because we're still developing as a team. We're not the finished article. That's what I got from it. So I don't know why everyone's like, oh, we're gonna suffer next season and stuff. He did not say that. It's like everyone's already on Ruben's back already, and the season hasn't even started. Just listen to what he's saying. Let's not getting emotional.
Yeah, big up Okuru, Jasmine, that says hi. Big up to you as well. Yeah, but guys, make sure you throw your questions about Manchester United related. But as I was saying, yeah, man, I'm with you on that, man. Amaro keeps on having connection problems. I feel like the internet is failing him at the moment. I'm just trying to get his take in. I hope he's ready before we switch up to Antony as well. Yeah. Are you with us?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's over to you, my bro. Like, did you get to watch the match as well? What was your thoughts on that match, Amok?
I did get to watch I think the second half itself. It was quite good though. I was impressed a bit. It was shocking. I didn't expect that at all. Well, it was quite good to see us play the way we did. I think collectively we did work together as well. See players tracking back. I'm with you when you said the new player, he was so good. Like the new signing, Cunha. Like he is very good. What I saw that there, if we get enough of that, I think we might be heading to the right place. The only thing is, if it gets that very good relationship with Bruno, they can play together, it would help us. But I don't think that's 100% because Bruno is Bruno. I like Bruno, and I think it wasn't that bad in the game, but it didn't really have that much to do. Like, say, obviously the captain, but he did score 2 nice goals. And I think I was impressed with what's it called, Haaland. The pace, not that first ball that hit the post.
Yeah, that was the only highlight.
Get that ball, I was impressed with that. He was unlucky. If he gets to do this more, I think we might see a better version of him a little bit than last season, just because that was good. But in total, I think we out of 10%, I would say 7.5. It was quite good. If we get to play like this week in, week out, improvement will start to happen soon. Because I think even the keeper, the goal that he conceded, that could happen to any other keeper. The angle and how the ball came, too many players in front of you. It was quite a good game. We did not deserve to consider goal, but it happened, which just means you got to know how to defend a little bit. Like, make sure you know where the players are. Because I think the players, I can't remember who scored the goal. I can't remember the name of the defender. It was either, I can't remember
Bowen that scored.
Bowen scored, yeah. But it was on which side?
No,
was it on?
the United defender. That was, the player. There was a player next to the keeper that should have rushed the player before he took the shot. Can't remember. Yeah.
I don't know if it was Patrick Drogu or was it
I think it was
Aiden Heaven.
Evans or Dogu. One of them two there. So someone should have rushed the player a bit because they were too much. Well, it was quite a good game though. And I'm impressed with Dogu as well,
Yes.
Like the pace, determination to win balls. Even when they make mistakes, it's tracking back. And that's a very good look. And I'm impressed though, just after the game. But hopefully he continues in the season. But I'm quite impressed because I didn't expect to see that play.
Nah. I would say, yeah, Patrick Dogu impressed as well. It was a proper threat. Giving Aaron Wan-Bissaka some problems as well, things to think about, It's for some reason the best player in that pitch was Aaron Wan-Bissaka, for West Ham. For West Ham.
You got a point to prove.
Yeah, I know. I always feel that we got rid of him because he couldn't attack, but for some reason he's always involved in attack for West Ham. But it is what it is, man. But apart from that, overall, Manchester United, it was a good outing for the players. They got more than 45 minutes in the tank. It's strange because usually you'll see Manchester United switch the whole team in the second half, but this time he told him to play for an extra 15 minutes. I think 65 minutes is when he made the rest of the changes. So I'm really ensuring that I'm going to get you guys straight in shape before the start of the season, because against Leeds he made the changes, but against West Ham he went for a different method. So, well, hopefully it pays when it comes to that first game of against Arsenal, because we have to be our absolute best against Arsenal in that first game. Otherwise, that's what we're going to be seeing all day. I can't believe it. But yes, let's move it on, guys. For those who are watching, smash that like button, share across all social media platforms. Follow Red United TV on Instagram, Red United TV1. And we've approaching as well on YouTube. We're looking to get 12,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys continue subscribing, continue supporting the channel. I can't wait for the season to start. The watch alongs, the match reaction is going to be crazy. But let's move on to Antony. Antony, for those who don't know, Antony has been linked with a move to Al-Nassr. The Saudi Arabian side has made an offer for Antony. And apparently, as Cristiano Ronaldo's team contributes, as Cristiano Ronaldo's team continues to explore Europe, a number of reports claim that Ronaldo himself demanded a say in who the Saudi side target this summer in order for him to sign a new deal at the club. So Ronaldo has signed a new deal at Al-Nassr. What reports are saying, this is from Football 365, that Ronaldo has a big say in who comes in and who leaves. It's kind of like the LeBron James effect, or the Kylian Mbappe effect when he was the president at PSG, making all the big moves and saying he can come. And Lionel Messi, when he was at Barcelona, he said he can come, he can't. We can have this manager, but we don't take this manager, which is a powerful thing to have. But again, after confirming an offer had been lodged for Antony, Foot Mercato claimed that the amount of which has not been disclosed, that the Red Devils were expecting at least 60 million euros to release the Brazilian international. And Antony will be joined by Chelsea forward João Felix, who happened to sign for Al-Nassr during the weekend. So yes, hopefully it's true. If those who are watching, let me know what your thoughts on Antony potentially leaving to Al-Nassr. For you guys here, I would like to know what your thoughts on that transfer window. I mean, for that transfer link, do you think it's going to happen? And then we'll talk about how much you think we can get from him, because the reports are saying 60 million euros, not pounds, euros. I think I will be happy
60,
to take that.
What, 60?
60 euros.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If that happens, I'll be absolutely delighted. 60 million euros for Antony to Al-Nassr. We're laughing. We need to tell him to go yesterday. Literally. Like, they need to get on that phone and try and make the deal happen. Because, obviously, Antony tries very hard, but it just hasn't worked out for him in the Premier League. I just think the Premier League is just, the style of the league doesn't allow him the time and the space to do what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're going to Saudi will be a good move for him. Obviously, it's a Saudi league, isn't it? So you'd expect him to mash work there. But my only reservation is that it seems like he wants to stay in Europe. Obviously, he wants to go to Real Betis, ideally. But if Real Betis can't afford him, there's really no space for him at United. He ain't gonna get game time. Ruben's already showed that he doesn't fancy him. So it's either he finds a way to make the move to Real Betis happen, or he just pushes for the move to Saudi. And obviously, he'll have Felix there and Ronaldo there, so it's not like he ain't gonna have any quality next to him. So if he can fit into the culture of Saudi, because that's another factor you got to put in as well. Like, it's not just the football, it's the lifestyle and the way of living. If he's going to be happy with adapting to that and going to what he's not really used to, then the deal can happen. But I'm just talking from a selfish perspective, innit? I just want him so that can get the funds and buy replacements in. So fingers crossed it happens. It's encouraging to see that we've got someone from Saudi that wants to buy our players. Apart from Bruno, there's other players that Saudi are interested in. So it seems like they're waiting late in the window to make moves on United players. Maybe Antony might be here till deadline day if this Saudi move don't happen. But I'm just hoping it does, because it's about time we got a break in the transfer market. Nobody wants to buy our players. For once, please, someone buy our players for good money.
It's true. We haven't
It's
sold
getting
that
desperate.
one player. We're out here saying half price, £1, anyone you like, anywhere you like. Okay, half price, 50p. Okay,
you know,
alone.
You know that on The Apprentice, when that time's running out, you just giving away your stock to sell it. Like 2 for £1, 2 for £5. Yeah, all stock must go.
Everything must go, and then you're settling for loans. You know. At the end of the day, like no one wants to buy our players. No, and you're absolutely right. Because we need to bring the money in. Because so far, for those who are watching, if you don't know, mention that I've made money from add-ons and sell-on clauses from other sales, such as, of course, what's his name, Antony Elanga, Alvaro Correa, who went to Real Madrid, sell-on clause as well. And I think another player that we sold a while back, he went somewhere else, and we got sell-on clause. Yeah, we got one pending as well. Like let's just hope Manchester United can actually sell someone, because I'm still disappointed that we was unable to sell Marcus Rashford, to get some money in. I don't know if they put money forward, because for them to be agreeing a 30 million option to buy instead of the 45 million Manchester United would be happy to get rid of, unless they accepted the fact that, okay, fine, 30 million, pay all his wages. Oh, here's what it is, man. Just get rid of him. He has to go. It just has to go. But I'm really disappointed. What's your thoughts on Antony going to Al-Nassr? Do you even think it will happen? And the price, we'll talk about it in a sec.
But I think it's a good move though for the club. Like, we need money, like you guys just mentioned. Because if we get rid of Antony, I think that would create more space for us to do the last minute deal to sign maybe a nice striker or maybe another defender just to improve the team itself. But I think if it goes through, like Jerome said, if it goes through, it's very good. But I doubt it if he might. Because he might want to play in Europe. But also he's Brazilian. They take risk. So hopefully, either way, I hope it helps the club, because the most important thing is the club needs money, and that's what we need to look into. But I think if he goes to Saudi, he's going to be a good player. He's talented.
100% he will be.
To that league.
Definitely. He'll be a world beater in Saudi.
He's going to get back to his tribe, though. Like Joe mentioned, it's just the culture, the lifestyle. Would he accept whatever got given to him there? That's most people, not the money. It's just that. But I understand, like, I need money for the club. We need money. We need to do last minute deal. So if it goes through, I'll be excited.
And myself, I need Antony gone. I need Antony gone. I just think we've wasted 85 million on a player who struggles in the Premier League. He struggles to take on his man in the Premier League. It's just shambolic when it comes to him, man. The money we wasted on Antony, oh God. And the fact that he can do it in La Liga because it's not as defensive as it is in the Premier League. It's not as physical and fast-paced as it is in the Premier League. So a league like that, where everything is slower, I think he will be able to do well in that particular league, especially for a league that's still developing, still growing, And hey, you get to play with one of your idols, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo wants you at the end of the day. He makes the decisions, He's the way maker, the shaker and the mover at Al-Nassr, you get me? And he's making sure that Antony can come in. He's got his brother João Felix in. So he wants Antony. Big up Ricky that says Antony to Al-Nassr. Hope it happens. My Ricky, I hope it happens, bro.
The Brazilian-Portuguese connection. They'll all be able to speak Portuguese to each other and vibe in that. So,
and big up Ricky.
I think that helped them in the league. You got your Felix, Antony, Ronaldo.
They got to walk the league.
And Ronaldo's not happy that he hasn't been able to win that league.
I know
since he joined.
And yeah,
And if we was to sell Antony, do you guys believe we can get 60 million euros? I don't think so.
I don't think so. But I think we could get maybe 50 at most, 50 million at most, million euros.
I think I'm with a
similar
Mook
to
right there.
Felix, because I think Felix is better than Antony, but Felix is one of those ones where he's just here, there, and everywhere. He can't settle in one place. But Chelsea managed to, I think Chelsea managed to get their exact money back.
I don't know how Chelsea do it.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, because they
I
bought
don't
him for
know how
like
to do it.
40 mil, and they've sold him for like 40 something euros or something.
Yo, we need whoever sells players for Chelsea at our club, because Chelsea are selling players that sometimes are not proven or like just for decent amount of money in returns. Like, and Manchester City somehow sell their youngsters for 34 million. They haven't kicked a fucking ball.
It's crazy.
And we can't even sell.
It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. I can't believe that Chelsea got like virtually a profit of selling Felix.
Who's done nothing. He's been on loan.
Yeah, he's done nothing. And he's been here, there, and everywhere.
Been on loan to Milan while he came back from Chelsea. This guy, you know, Joao Felix is an absolute flop. Like, Atletico Madrid spent over 100 million for the next best thing. Never worked out. You know,
he's actually worse than Anelka. Obviously, Anelka was a huge talent, and he went everywhere.
But Anelka did well.
Was quality, yeah.
At Arsenal.
Yeah, he matched work at Arsenal before he left, and when he even went to Bolton,
and matched work.
Yeah. Well, this guy Felix just goes to all his clubs and does nothing. Literally, I think even Kyle Walker was even saying, "You're not Messi."
In a change room for AC Milan. You see what I'm saying? I can't believe
but Chelsea still managed to get him off their books for a profit, and they've sold. I think they're going to sell Sterling to Fulham, and they've subsidised his wages to make the move happen. Like, we need to take a leaf out of Chelsea's book and how to sell players, because it's getting embarrassing now.
True.
100%. So Antony, you're looking at 50 million. Jerome, Amok, you're saying 45 million. 40. I'm thinking 40. I'm thinking 40. I don't think we can get 50, but I would love it if we can get 50 million pounds from Al-Nassr. You know, they have the money. They should make it happen, man. They should make it happen, and obviously they can afford these wages.
And it's young as well.
And let's see what Ricky says, that the only good version of Felix was the Atletico one. Even the Atletico one was causing Simeone headaches. You know, it didn't work out. Even the move to Barcelona. Well, did he go Barca?
Yeah, he went Barcelona. Yeah,
it didn't work out.
And they shipped him off as well. If Barcelona shipping you off, then something's wrong for him.
There's something wrong with him. Yeah. I honestly think it's him. He's the common denominator in everything that every club he's went to, they've had issues with him. They said, you know what? Yeah, go, man. We just don't want you. Loans? No, we don't even want you anymore. Anyway, but guys, make sure you smash that like button as we continue. We're moving on to Benjamin Sesko. Guys, let me just give you guys a background. As you guys know, Benjamin Sesko has been in talks, or should I say Newcastle have been in talks with RB Leipzig. We thought the signature of Benjamin Sesko, potentially Isak could be leaving Newcastle, and I hate to say it, but Liverpool have a very good chance of signing Isak after agreeing a deal for Ruben Diaz. But again, that shows me that Newcastle going for Sesko, guys, means that Isak is definitely leaving, looking for his replacement since they couldn't get Hugo Ekitike, and he's gone to Liverpool. But Sesko being linked to Manchester United today, coming from Fabrizio Romano, that said that Manchester United have held talks. Ben Jacob has said Manchester United have held talks with Benjamin Sesko, because he was close to almost agreeing that deal with Newcastle. Manchester United have stepped in to try and cut block and see if they can get into it and say, you know what, Sesko, we're available just in case you don't want to go to Newcastle. You know, we're here too. You know, choose us. We need you. Sesko, I don't know what the deal is, but he has a gentleman agreement with the president or the owners of RB Leipzig for the right fee. He can leave. Are you guys, first of all, are you guys excited if this was to happen? Would you welcome Sesko? Is he at number one? I'm sure he's not. And how much you reckon Manchester United will get him for? I'll find out while we're talking. But let me start with you, Amok. Your thoughts on Benjamin Sesko being linked? Because the reporters are saying it. Ben Jacobs saying it. Fabrizio Romano is saying it. I'm just waiting for David Ornstein because I listen to him more than the others.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a nice signing, very good signing. Cut block in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm not really. I won't say it's my number one because it's a team that I feel like the manager needs to pick his right players, and I think it would be a nice fit to whatever the manager is trying to do as well. Because sometimes some players may not fit the profile of the team, but maybe the manager wants him. But he's a good player. For Newcastle want to sign him because of Isak. And hopefully we got someone that can do something because we need to see a striker that actually score at least 2 figures this season, like at least 15 plus.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a striker that comes into United score 15 plus goals. I'll be happy because I know we got other players around the team that can score goals. But if he comes in, that'll be. I would say give him a chance and see what he does, and he can prove himself. But the thing is this still gonna happen. Like I don't want to get too excited because we do need players like him, but it's still gonna happen. And like fingers crossed, hopefully it happens. But the fee, I would say, probably 30, 35, or maybe worse 40.
What about you, Jerome? What do you think? What's your thoughts on Benjamin Sesko link?
Yeah, I'm not getting too excited. Also, I'd love for him to come in, but with Newcastle interested as well, that's just showing that whoever does get him is gonna have to pay big money. And I'm just trying to figure out where we're getting this money from to pay for him because Arsenal linked with Sesko, but they decided to go for Gyökeres, who's more established and cheaper. So I'm interested to see what the price tag is for Sesko. Even though Sesko was the one that's got more longevity, I think he's only 22. But I'm just a bit skeptical about the price tag and what United are going to do because we clearly need to sell before we make a bid for a player that's going to be at least 70 mil, at least. Because it's definitely going to cost more than what Arsenal bid for Gyökeres. But if we do get him, I'll be happy. But I think Newcastle, they don't want to lose face in it because at the moment they're looking a bit like a sad man because they lost out on Mbemo to us, and no one said that he just wants to come to United. They lost out on Ekatike to Liverpool, and now it looks like Liverpool are going to sell Diaz to Bayern Munich and use the funds to go for Isak, who obviously wants to leave Newcastle. So that's putting Newcastle in a position where they have to be like, we need to go all in for Sesko. Because at the moment, everyone's just rejecting us. But to be fair, they're not getting rejected by some little man teams. They're getting rejected at the elite level, isn't it? This is elite. They're not like targeting players from like, for example, Southampton or West Ham. Newcastle are trying to get to the next level, the elite. That's why they're getting rejected because they're not quite there yet. But it'll be interesting to see if we can beat them to the signing. I would love for him to come because obviously we clearly need a striker because we can't. If we're just relying on Højlund next season, you can forget about not finishing on page 2 because it'll be the same. Because we're not gonna get enough goals to win games. Obviously, we've got Mbemo and Cunha, but obviously you need a proper number 9. That's the one that's going to be the main core for scoring goals. So it's going to be interesting. Like I said, I hope we can get him, but it means that we need to do something with the Højlund thing. I don't think we can have Højlund and Sesko, 2 young strikers. If we get in Sesko, Højlund's got to go. And then if Højlund goes, then bring in like an older, cheaper, experienced striker. Because that's what I always wanted. One proper number 9 and then one deputy young striker for the future. And that would be Sesko. But our club are not moving ambitious like that, getting in a proper number 9 and a young experienced striker and then shipping off Højlund. That's what should happen in theory. But you know this club already, and Ineos, we're not too sure. But yeah, let's monitor this closely and see what happens because we can't go into the season without getting in a striker. If we don't get him, then Mateta's obviously available because Crystal Palace have got problems at the moment with Europe because they got demoted in it to the Conference League. So I don't think Mateta wants to be doing up Conference League. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting next few weeks in this summer window.
Yeah, 100%. Big up Ricky as well. Ricky said that not excited about Sesko. We have had bad luck with players from Bundesliga who had better stats than Sesko at the Bundesliga level, I would say. The likes of Sancho and Mkhitaryan. I can completely understand where Ricky's coming from. He's a bit concerned with players coming from the Bundesliga. So look at Shinji Kagawa, who somehow we didn't get the best out from him when he joined Manchester United. Yeah, Mkhitaryan, Jadon Sancho, we all know about him, bro. He's the big flop, man. He's still not interested in being a footballer. Not playing for Manchester United, just being a footballer in general. He's just not interested. Yes.
My question is, why is Sesko this expensive? Because for me, I rate him between 40, 45.
It's because I was reading that, of course, from Santiago Runo, those who followed on X, he said that Newcastle preparing an opening bid around 72 to 74 million. So if Newcastle are going to go with that opening bid, that does not look good for us. That's a roughly around 65, probably 65 million. Yeah, in pounds. Yeah,
that's money.
Because obviously RB Lashley can go back to us and says, well, Newcastle bidded 72 million euros, Manchester United, and you want to bid less. How does this make sense? And we can't drag this out. We can't do an Embuemo weeks after weeks. So Benjamin Sesko hasn't told Newcastle, I only want Manchester United. He's going for what he can get. That's what I believe. I feel like Benjamin Sesko is going for what he wants to get because he wants to leave. But again, it's a move to Manchester United. I'm very sure he'll probably tell Newcastle, yo, listen, you mans, I just only want Manchester United. I know they finished 15th. I don't care what everyone says. You know, that's exactly what Cunha said. I don't care what everyone says, but this is my dream move. I want to go Manchester United. I want to be that person that changes things around. I want to be that striker that does way better than Rasmus Højlund.
I like the dribbles.
Yeah, but I prefer Isak. You know, I'm really gutted that we can't go for Isak. And Manchester United, I know they have the money somehow. I always say they're broke, but when it's time to find that money underneath the carpet or underneath the bed, and flip the mattress over, and you can see the 300 million they have underneath the mattress. Say, oh yeah, here, yeah. I know if the opportunity, if Isak went to Manchester, said, I want to join your club, and you make it happen, I'm sure the Bulls will sit down and say, yo, like, yeah, like the way they stumbled on the money across to get Ronaldo out of nowhere, because somehow they had £500,000 per week to pay him and pay for his fee, 20 million as well. So I know Manchester United will have that money just hiding in the corner, saying, yeah, we can go in for Isak, as long as Isak wants to sign for us, we will put in that £140 million, you know, because I genuinely believe Manchester United can sign him. I do. But I can settle for Sesko. I could settle for who else could not settle for?
Mateta?
Mateta.
Or
that is
Watkins.
I can settle for Watkins, but Mateta would be like, you know, like you wanted, like the second striker, you know.
Yeah.
As long as we sell Rasmus Højlund, and Rasmus Højlund will be sold, guys. I read a lot of reports for those who are watching that Manchester United are actively trying to get rid of him, even though he's in pre-season. They're trying to sell him. If an offer comes in, they will consider. You know, I was surprised that Inter was interested in Rasmus Højlund, and I was encouraging them to continue taking the same drugs that they're taking until they sign Rasmus Højlund. But so for some reason that's died down, so they probably stopped taking the drugs that they were taking when they decided to buy. When they decided to go in for Rasmus Højlund, because it's died down, man. It's died down. But
someone stopped giving them weed or something.
The good stuff. You know, they've snapped back into reality and said, "What? I was just about to sign Rasmus Højlund. Are you crazy?"
But we need to sell players, though. I think we need to sell players. Like players need to go. Like, and I'm happy that the club actually got a few players that wants to go. So, like, we need money. I want to see new faces. I'm already excited about the ones I've got already in just that little shape, because I'm an easy person to impress. If you do that week in, week out, I don't mind if I lose 1 or 2 games. I'll understand it. but I want to see good football. I want to see the high press that everyone keeps talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I see them good football in the high press, I'm nice.
And
Good for young players.
I think Sesko could fit into that profile that Ruben Amorim wants. Strong in the air, strong in general, very quick as well, and he's a good finisher as well. He done well for Leipzig, scored over 20 goals for them, I believe. So I could be wrong. So he fits into that mold. He fits into that Victor Gyökeres kind of physique and mold. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame because Højlund as well he fits into that mold. It's just that he's crap. Mm-hmm. That's just the difference. He's just crap. You know, the confidence is on the floor.
The Premier League is different.
Even still in pre-season, he's crap.
Yeah. I know you said you liked what he was doing. Yeah.
Look, the first
apart from the hitting the post, but everything else, throughout the rest of the game.
I was just trying to be nice, really.
Yeah, it's typical Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah. I was just trying to get as much points as I can because people are going to think that I just hate Rasmus and Bruno. So I'm trying to offer some balance. It's not easy.
That's what you're doing, yeah?
Yeah, it's not easy, but I'm trying. When you're seeing all that stuff on the pitch, it's like, what am I seeing? What can I give? What positives are there? You didn't score. You're just trying. What? Because there's someone said in the group that at least he's always fit and
working hard. He works hard.
Well, he's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
He works hard, but it's like you're working hard for no reason, effectively.
Biggest issue with Bruno is he gives the ball away too much. If we reduce the amount of time he gives the ball away, I think he could play better because some of the passes they're trying to do are quite decent passes. It's just like he's always in a rush. And you don't have players around you that play like that. I understand, but stop giving the ball away.
We got Ems in the comment as well.
Stop giving.
Ems is missing you.
Ruben. Ems also says Ruben said we would suffer, and he should go suffer in Portugal. He didn't say we will suffer for it. He was talking about the training in abundance. We have to suffer. We will suffer in training in preseason. In preseason, you're supposed to suffer because it's training, bro. It's hard on a brother, you know, and the bonding at all because obviously he hasn't got everyone in there, you know, at the same time. So there will be some, you know. I see how people they read something or they get a little small clip of what's been said and just turn it into negative, and then they didn't even watch the whole video. They didn't even read the whole content. It just something.
I actually saw some of it today.
I watched the whole
content. Yeah, and when I realized that, what's everyone talking about? He didn't say we're going to suffer next season.
Mm-hmm.
He was just talking about the current context of the situation now.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously things could change in the next few weeks. But that's what he's saying. He's just trying to give an honest. So maybe he's Portuguese. English is not his first language, so he uses the word suffer.
He has. And do you blame him? Suffering is all he knows for Manchester United, bro.
Literally, because he weren't suffering at Sporting.
True.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, hopefully we're not suffering as much as we did last season. Because I can't take that.
For some reason, I've got faith in them a little bit. Even though I lost a lot of it, but I still got faith in the manager. For some reason. Like, he's the only manager that came to United and refused to change his tactics.
Ems is tired, man. He's every time he's tired.
I understand. Like, the stats says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been stuck to what he believes. He's starting this season fresh. Let's see what he does. For some reason.
No.
This guy is just trying. This guy, so he's saying I'm always making excuses. I'm not. I'm actually just trying to be as accurate as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like I said earlier, is that people hear one thing and just jump and come up to all these wild conclusions. Ruben didn't say that we're going to suffer next season. Like, listen to the full interview, and you'll see what he actually meant about suffering. That Ems just heard the word suffer and just he transferred it to the group.
He got triggered. He got absolutely triggered. Well, before we end the show, of course, we're just going to go around with final thoughts, and we're back again next week Monday, 8 p.m. UK time. Hopefully, Manchester United have brought someone in again, or someone has left. You know what, Jerome? No, you know what I want? Forget the ins. I just want those players, those scrubs to be sold. So next week I got the Sancho. Here we go. Antony gone to Al-Nassr, and Garnacho sold for good amount of money. All I want to do is just say that we've brought in 100 million. That's all I want to do next week, but we're not. It's going to be maybe a boring week of nothing. Nothing's happened for Manchester United because we now know everything hinges and hangs on what's going on because we spent all our money. So they say, so they say, until somehow they just come with 200 million and say, yeah, we couldn't sell any players. Here's the money. I'm sorry.
That would be mad if that happens.
Yeah.
On one game a week, the squad's too big. We can't have this bare body just sitting on a bench in the stands on 300k a week. The club have got to be ruthless and be like, right, you got to get out of there. We'll give you a £5 million payoff. We just need you gone. We've told you all summer, find yourself a club. Like, it's getting ridiculous now. Why is there no offers for Garnacho, who said he wants to leave? Like, we're just moving too slow. Like, Chelsea they're about to sell Sterling. They've just sold Felix. Like, these are expensive. These ain't exactly cheap players. Like, Sterling was on 300k. They managed to get him off. But we're struggling to sell Garnacho. He's only on like 50k a week.
Exactly.
Like, it's embarrassing.
Exactly. And of course, Ricky says Watkins on loan with an obligation to buy. I'll take Watkins at the club. Even if it's a loan deal. It makes sense. With an obligation to buy, and I know Manchester United will probably buy him the following season. As long as he don't do well, is what it is, man. For guys, let me get to you, Jerome. Say what you have to say, and you're about to say something. Sorry, and then your final thoughts before we wrap up the show.
I would say go for Watkins. I like his play. It's not like your active striker who's always involved, but for some reason he's always involved in everything like the team does. So I like him. I think he might be a better improvement for the team itself because for me it's way better than Haaland. Like I say, it's way better than Haaland. So I'll take him. And hopefully what we saw the other day continues because it was good just to see the high price, the collectability, like everyone track, like it, because if you remember, it always happened in the first half, like the first 10 minutes. We play like this. When it's 11th or 12 minutes, it's different Manchester United. And that's when you start getting packed in and all of that stuff. But for the fact that they were able to keep that high price, just the football itself, for that long of a time. Yeah.
Yeah. Long may it tries to continue and improve. Like, I'm with you on that, I hope I can see improvement. We've got so much time to train now. And it's good to see what I saw in the video clips I mentioned I've been uploading, reflecting on the pitch. It's good to see that. So that's what gives me a little bit of hope that maybe he can turn it around as long as the signings come in, and the bad eggs are gone. All of that. There's been no distractions this summer. For those who are watching, there has been no drama. It's been drama-free the whole summer. The guys that cause us problems are nowhere near around. Normally, the old Manchester United, even though those 4 players or 5 players are in trouble, 4 players are in trouble, they'll end up being in the preseason, not listening. What's the point? Involved in the whole thing. And then we drag it through the summer, and then we get to August. Then they're causing commotions. They remove their pictures on Instagram, and then they delete everything, and then they act mad again. So it's a good thing. There's no distractions for Manchester United. For this summer, we are enjoying it. No drama. We're just waiting for the news. Big up Ricky as well. Yeah, great show. Thank you, Ricky. Make sure you join us next week as well. Subscribe to the channel. Jerome, final thoughts.
Yeah, final thoughts are I'm trying to be cautiously optimistic about the transfers and the sales. I'm just trying to be as patient as I can be. I've kind of come to the realization that we're not going to get all our signings in for pre-season. I think we'll probably get maybe 1 or 2 signings when the season started. Because I think that Ineos are on this thing where they just don't want to overpay. So they're going to take their time. I think there was a statement saying that they're going to take their time. They're not going to be rushing to any signings, which I guess for us fans, we're going to be impatient, but maybe it's a good long-term strategy, like just to try and set their stall out from early that they're not going to be like overpaying for every signing every season. So maybe this is the season where things take longer than it should, and then use it as a stepping stone for next season, so that we've kind of set our stall out. So I'm just trying to look at the bigger picture of why things are taking long and why we're trying to haggle, because we don't want to continue the cycle of just overpaying and having players that are going to be deadwood on high wages and stuck here. So that's one of the positives that I'm trying to dig out of this current situation. Well, if we can get some sales in this window and a couple of additions, then I'll be content for the season ahead. So all we got to do is just sit tight and just hopefully it's not monitoring FC. Hopefully it's actually putting bids in FC and actually getting things done. And that's all we can ask for, because I'm tired of fake rumours. I just want to see concrete news on TNT or Sky Sports. United have bid for Sesko and negotiators are in an advanced stage. That's the kind of stuff that I want to hear. And obviously we want to hear the here we go. So yeah, let's see what happens in this week, because this is the last week of July. So let's see if we can get one signing in before July.
100%, and let's hope that happens by the end of July. Big up to those who are watching. This has been your Manchester United podcast to catch up. Make sure you guys join in next week as well. Ricky just dropped it in and said, I think we will get a midfielder and a striker before the window closes. All depends on sales. And yeah, and Ricky, a midfielder is a must. A midfielder is a must. I can't stress how much time I'm stressed of seeing Manchester United not being able to keep the ball, have that playmaker, have that deep line playmaker, have it all in that midfield, retain possession, recycle possession, dictate the game. Everything goes through that midfield, especially when you're playing free at the back. That midfield is important. You need that. Those two double pivots needs to be bang on, very good. It is what it is, guys. Make sure you guys smash that like button, share across all social media platforms as well. Become a member of Red United TV by clicking on the join button as well. Follow Red United TV across all social media platforms. This is available to you on all audio platforms where you listen to your podcast, which is Spotify podcast, Apple Music podcast, and of course Amazon podcast. As I always end the show, remember to keep it united. Most importantly, remember to keep it Red United. Peace and love. This has been the catch up. We will see you next week. Peace.
Big up, people.